Nearly all the people here are volunteers who come here to give, to teach, including me. So it's wonderful to be able to give, and that's one of the reasons why we do all this, and joy and happiness which we get from that giving. And part of that is just learning how to let go of things and to know that in this place it's so safe for everybody who is here. That idea of safety is important because then it allows you to relax. And when you can relax on this next half an hour for meditation, it means for this half an hour you've got nothing to worry about at all. Perfectly safe, you can let go, you can be at peace. Nothing can harm you. I've been making this claim for years, that people when they're here, no one ever sort of has any injuries when they're doing meditation in this room. No one ever gets worse off. They just find a beautiful sense of peace and stillness. That a wonderful ability to relax with nothing to worry about in the whole world. It is like going on a holiday. A holiday where there's nothing to do, nowhere to go, nothing to be, nothing to achieve, nothing to get rid of. So you can truly be at peace. So if you would like to close your eyes, and when you do close your eyes, now we can just be here in this moment, just knowing how you feel. What's it like just to be here with no one to tell you what to do, nothing to live up to, no goals or tests needed. You just let go and be peaceful. Allow this moment to just be. A lot of time when you do relax with kindness as well as mindfulness, that's where you find that things get very still and peaceful. So I was telling somebody at lunchtime today, just to be able to look at the leaves which were fluttering in the breeze on the trees in Bodhinyana Monastery. When that wind stops, which it does eventually, those leaves become tranquil. They stop moving. Just like your mind. You allow it to rest. You don't make it rest. You just let it be. And that means relaxing. So I usually start with my body. Sitting here, I'm aware of my legs and how they're sitting. You can feel the feet and the ankles and the calves of my legs and the knees and the thighs. I just look at them all together, just that lower part of my body. And by trial and error, I learn how to relax them. So I'm not holding them, or squashing them, or stretching them. I am letting them be. Sometimes I feel that because someone's watching me or have to take a photo or something, you have to put them in a certain position where they're not happy. I'm talking about my legs. And now instead of telling my legs and my knees and ankles and feet how they should be, I ask them how they want to be and let them decide. And that's where my legs start to relax very deeply. And then I start this on my lower part of the body. Then I start moving upwards to my butt. Because I'm sitting on a cushion. I've learned if I don't relax my butt at the beginning, it can be very sore. It can start to ache and make me restless. So I'm kind to it now. Now from my waist down, it's all sort of at ease. It's learning how to relax through the practice of awareness, mindfulness, but also adding the kindness too. Now look at my waist. I recognize the way I hold my waist, which gives the maximum comfort over long periods of time. That's how I'm holding my waist now. Like I'm connecting with my waist. Like even asking it a question. Like you see people asking their pet, their dog or their cat, how are you? And I get sensitive to my body. So my waist is really at ease. And I scan up my body with all these organs and all of this. Sometimes there's things like growths, tumours or whatever. And as I scan up my body, I never try to get rid of anything. I just be kind to it. Kindness is what overcomes fear, which overcomes any tension, and your whole body starts to relax. And this is not theory, you can feel it. The lower part of my body is relaxing ever more. And then I keep moving it upwards till I get to my chest area. There's my stomach, my lungs, my heart. I'm not sure if what I imagine the feeling of the heart is actually the heart, but nevertheless, I can relax that area of my chest so much. It's like everything kind of starts to slow down. Even my metabolism starts to slow down. And it feels really comfortable. When I get to the top of my body, my shoulders. I've often mentioned this on a Friday night. I don't know why, but before I get to my shoulders, I assume they're relaxed, but they're not. My shoulders are quite tense right now. So I deliberately focus on them, give them kindness, even imagine myself just stroking the shoulders with an invisible hand, just with kindness, which lets all the muscles get loose and open. Nothing is stretched or squashed. It's just start to open up and be at ease. Being at ease, if you're with someone you're afraid of, that will always make you tight and tense. If it's a good old friend, then you don't need to be tense. Everything gets loose. And I allow my awareness to go down my arms, relaxing my forearms. Actually, just I went too fast. Always pause at my elbows. And I ask how they feel. So right at this moment, my mind is aware of just elbow feeling, which is very at ease. And it's pleasant to be aware of. When you watch something and it's pleasurable, it's very easy to keep your attention focused there. It's good fun. Satisfying. I go down to my wrists and my hands. I can feel I've got my hands in an unusual posture, just on the end of my knees. I usually put them on top of each other on my lap, but they feel good at the moment, so I'm going to keep them here. And then I go back up to my neck. If you sit long periods of time, sometimes the neck gets sore. So I make sure that my head is properly balanced on top of this neck. And last of all, I become aware of my head, but especially the front of the head. And that front part of the head, that's the most, for me anyway, the most sensitive part. I can feel a bit of itchiness, a bit of heat, a bit of tightness around my eyes. Once I notice anything, I see if I can bring it to a deeper state of relaxation. Not opening my eyes, but just relaxing all the muscles around. So the eyes remain closed, but not bolted down tight. Just relaxed, shut. My mouth, to keep that nice and relaxed. And as I'm doing this, my mindfulness, the ability to be aware of a part of my body which I choose, starts to increase. Not just my awareness, but also the kindness as well. I've got to live with my body, so I'm kind to it. And as I engage with it, I get to know more about my body and its different parts. It's a pleasant thing to do. As I go deeper, sometimes I know that you're not supposed to be able to feel any sensations in your brain, but sometimes I imagine sensations. I imagine my poor brain has been very busy working, and it's tired. It's got to make so many decisions, so many choices. Sometimes you make good choices, sometimes errors in the way you choose. But I feel compassion to my brain. So I imagine, just imagination, this poor brain, this engine, in between your ears, behind your eyes, your brain, is really exhausted. So I imagine just lifting off my skull. Imagine it's got a little hinge on one side so I can open it. And as I lift out the brain, gently, and I take it out of my head and just put it in this lovely little bed, small one. Tuck it in, make sure it's comfortable, and say, take a rest, brain of mine. So for these next 10 or 15 minutes, I don't need to think. I don't need to make choices. Even important ones, I'll do those later. Right now, I'll just be without thinking. You can be aware of so much more when you stop giving things names. You stop judging them. You know how they feel, not what their names are. You can appreciate beauty and peace and stillness so much deeper. It's about 6 or 7 minutes to go. I'm going to be quiet now. When I start speaking again, it'll just be to finish off the meditation. Very close now, close to the end of this short meditation. Don't open your eyes yet. But instead, feel and experience what meditation does to the body and the mind. For me, it's the happiest time of my day always. The body is at peace. I'm really aware. What I'm aware of is extremely pleasant, but not a pleasure which comes and goes quickly. A sense of joy which is long-lasting, allows me to be mindful so easy. And I don't mind indulging. It's enjoying the pleasure of relaxation, the joy of peace. The leaves in my brain are not moving. They're relaxed. So now prepare to come out of the meditation. I will now ring the gong if it works today. And when the gong finishes sounding, then open the eyes to exit the meditation. Thank you.